What's up, guys? We made it home. We were in Brandon, Florida, and you know, we went to Tampa. We were doing so much stuff, and thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed interview 109, and I just wanted to say thank you to Brandon Gomes too, because that means a lot for him to even take time out to give us an interview. I know this isn't his interview, but we're home, you know, and it was a very interesting trip, and you know, I'm just blessed. But now we got the one and only, listen, the cinematographer, the videographer, the producer, the visionary, because like I learned that word in Brandon thing. Like, bro, listen, this is him. This is TonyShotMe, bro.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
I've been waiting for this one for a while, bro, and I'm glad he's here. We'll talk about it real quick before we dig into you know, who he is, the introduction. But you know, he kind of got in a car accident and stuff like that when we were before we were supposed to do one of his interviews. And you know, I'm just glad you're here, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm glad you're safe. And you know, everything, I don't mean to bring that up on like spot like that, you know, but I just remember talking to you about it, and we were, you know, and now we're here. So how you been, bro? You been good?
Oh shit, man, I've been good, man. Like, it's honestly like that whole accident was a wake up call to me, because I was trying to do so much, but at the same time I was trying to do so much for everything else, and then I forgot about what was important, and then that accident woke me up, and it was like, bro, it's time to take it seriously. And the first thing I thought about, once I seen the airbags come out, I was like, yo, I had an interview coming up. That was the first thing I was thinking about, I promise you. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. That was the first thing I was like, man.
But I'm just glad you're good, man. Because, like, you know, especially whenever you're doing stuff like in the car, I feel like, well, cars is probably one of the deadliest ways to kind of like go out, you know? And I feel like that sucks because we need to drive. We need to, you know? But let's dig into it, bro. Where are you from? Where were you born?
Believe it or not, I was actually born here, man.
Okay,
I was
Charleston. Some people may not know where here is.
Yeah, I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, man. I was a military brat, though. So I actually grew up in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Virginia Beach area. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the only state you traveled to since you're a military person? Or
yeah, I mean, like for a short time in Connecticut, and next thing you know, we was in Virginia, and it was all middle school, all high school.
What do you remember the most being in like elementary school and stuff like that, around that?
I mean, elementary school
and being a military brat and stuff.
I mean, being a military brat, honestly, like almost every school I went to, I was involved in some kind of music program, whether it was like the marching band or some kind of after school program, or I mean, I played sports, but it was always like, yo, put me in somebody's marching band or something, or put me in somebody's step team or something.
What'd you play?
That. Like, I played drums.
Drums?
Yeah.
Was it by choice or was it something you enjoyed? Like you picked it?
Nah, I picked drums.
Like doing drums? Or?
Yeah, heck yeah. Like I picked drums like since forever. I used to always get in trouble for beating on shit. Excuse my language, but for beating on stuff, like I'm talking, and then my mom's ended up getting me a keyboard, and after that, and this, mind you, this was when I was like 6, 7 years old.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that just, everything, like you say, happened for a reason. It's kept transcending, you know. So.
Were you like, you know, doing like drumline stuff, or was it more of just like basic drumming, like church drum?
Nah, honestly, it was a mixture of both, but it was more so of the drumline stuff. Yeah. Like honestly, like, cause there was some Sundays I didn't want to go to church, but Friday nights it was like I'm trying to get dressed up, I'm trying to get fancy for the ladies or whatever. Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna be the dude with the mouthpiece in his mouth or whatever, the bucket hat, and then.
Oh man,
you know what I'm talking about? And then Nick Cannon walks up and he's like, do. Hey, I need to watch that movie.
Yo, we was doing all that, but.
So like, what were you doing in like middle school and stuff like that? Like, was it like where did you go to middle school around here? Or?
No, I actually went to middle school Virginia Beach as well. Okay. You know what I'm saying, but middle school, believe it or not, it was. Because for some reason I was always that introverted child, like I was always creative as hell, but I was cool with everybody. I just stayed to myself. But middle school was actually where I first got introduced to eBay. As crazy as it sounds. Like
in what way? Like buying, purchasing, or selling on it?
Nah, we used to go around the neighborhood and like, remember the AOL CDs they used to put on people's doorsteps?
Yeah.
We used to go on people's doorsteps and snatch all of them.
Oh, and then sell them on eBay?
Nah, we would just be on AOL forever, and then I went on eBay and I seen like beat machines and stuff. So I literally, my first beat machine was in 6th grade.
Wow.
And I started like...
Off eBay?
Yeah, off of eBay.
So what did you type in? Like, what was the first thing you did? What kind of...
Beats.
That's it?
I just typed in beats, and next thing you know, it was like this, I think it was like a DR-808 old school black and orange small box. You know what I'm saying? It was 6th grade, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Did you like, because I mean, in 6th grade, you know, it's not like common that you just get stuff in the mail. Your mom was probably like, you know, what is this, son, or something.
Oh, yeah.
Did she do that?
I mean, she did, but like, we used to always tell her like we was getting like throwback jerseys and stuff. I mean, which we were, you know, so it was like, yeah, it's another jersey, don't worry about it. But like, when that box came, like, it changed everything. Yeah. It was like,
you got Master Flash on repeat in the...
Oh, man.
Is that his name? Master Flash, the DJ dude? He's like one of the best DJs. But no, that's cool, man, and I think it's exciting to even know that you even started off doing music, because I've known you for doing like music videos and you know what I mean, that type of stuff.
Yeah,
so
when
you like came here today, I honestly didn't know you did produce it.
Oh yeah, heck
but
yeah,
like
man.
you know, I was just telling you too, it's hard to keep up with people on social media now.
I feel like social media, man. Social media is a double-edged sword. You know, like,
it is, man.
You
Especially
gotta love
Instagram.
it, you gotta hate it, whatever, you know. But social media, they only gonna show you the things they want you to see.
Yeah, but no,
know?
Facebook, I see everything. I think all of us see everything on Facebook. Like, I see the feeling posts, you know what I mean? But it's, and you know, but like Instagram and like TikTok and you know, just stuff like that. It's just, I don't know.
Yes.
But like, so in middle school, after like you found out you were doing music, when did you kind of start doing like videography and stuff like that? Were you doing any of that at a young age?
Nah, well, I want to say when it came to videography, you know, and this ain't like a jab at anybody that I may have known in the past, but when it came to videography, like after I went in the military, like right before I went, I had this aspiration, I want to be a rapper. Yeah. Like I was always wanting to freestyle.
Is that the first thing, other than, I know you were doing you got the beat pad and stuff at 6th grade, but were you trying to rap on the beats in 6th grade?
Yeah, I was making my own beats and rapping.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was making my own beats and rapping the whole time. And it was like, all right, well, now kept doing it, always, you know, and then after boot camp, gas station back in my hometown, and growing up and moving around, it was like, all right, I need a budget to get a video guy. And then when I did get the budget to get the video guy, people flaked on me, and it was like, yo, either I'm going to sit and complain
about it. Why do you think they flaked on you? Like, is it just like they don't trust the process thing?
I feel like, in my personal opinion, I feel like it was more so of a scheduling thing, like mostly, but at the same time it was an ego thing as well. Yeah. So it was like, if egos weren't more so in the way, the scheduling wouldn't have been the problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was like, but at the same time, I'm one of those types, like, I'm a real non-confrontational person. Like, I'm like, all right, well, if that didn't work out, instead of me crying about it, I'm going to go ahead and try to figure out how to do it myself. You see what I'm saying?
Because that's when if you spend the most time kind of like looking for that type of sympathy and stuff like that, like, you won't make it in this life, you know? Exactly. Especially when you're trying to pursue like a passionate career that involves dedication, sacrifice, and being lonely. I mean, I know I meet so many people, and like I've done a lot of, you know, like memorial stuff, whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's still, I get lonely, you know what I mean? We all have that like depression stage in our life, but it's just up to you to like get out of it, you know?
Yeah. So I went through depression for like 3 years, bro.
3 years?
Yeah, like 3 years straight.
What's something maybe you could suggest anybody who's battling depression right now?
I feel like anybody that's battling the depression, you know, normally when you're battling the depression, you just think of how dark things are. You see what I'm saying? And one thing that kept getting me straight is realizing that the only way you can see is the light that refracts in your eyes. Mm-hmm. So that means it's not dark if you're able to see. Right. Unless you happen to go blind.
I mean, I don't mean to cut you off. Look at the demons. Like, if you see a demon, it's pure black. You don't see no glare.
You don't see no light goes through it, you know? Yeah. And it's like, I tell people, I'm like, I tell people, just keep trying to see some kind of light. And that light can come from dealing with your family, or, you know, doing something creative, or, because my light always been the creativity, you know. And
is that where you find like your most like, your happiest moment? I'm starting to get like that, especially like you said, you love editing. Yeah, I love editing too. And sometimes it does get like, you know, especially when you have to do it is when it's the worst. When it's on your time, I feel like it's like the most enjoyable. Like
you coasting out after
that. Like I honestly use it as an excuse. I'll be chilling with my boys and be like, yo, bro, y'all might have to dip because I got to do some editing.
I got to do some,
and I won't even edit. I'll go to bed or something. Hey,
like editing and turning into playing the game or something, or you just had that time to yourself to really, get the mind back right.
Yeah. So like, what were you doing? What high school did you go to? And you were still in Virginia Beach?
I was actually in Norfolk at this time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a hop, skip, and a jump. But I was actually going to Maury High School.
Okay.
This place called Maury High School.
Were you like playing sports? I know you were doing music.
Nah, that's when I was like
So you're doing band?
I was the whole band for
You got pictures of you with band and stuff?
Somebody got pictures, but by this time I didn't travel so many places.
If you're watching this in your family, post the picture in the bottom.
I done been too many places, but like that's when I was like the Nick Cannon band fanatic, and it was all about music. And
other than that, who were you looking up to, like inspirational wise?
Jay-Z, believe it or not, like Jay-Z, because I was still in that rapping phase, but I didn't want to be like every other rapper. I didn't want to be that guy that wanted to be in the front of traffic all the time. I wanted to be that exclusive off in the cut. But once you do discover, it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Right.
I've always been like that. Ever since I always been like that, and it was always like, at that age it was because of Jay-Z, and then of course through growth it changed to other things, but it was like that whole mantra when he was really taking off. It was like, yo. And he
collabed with Kanye. I felt like when
he had me ironing shirts, going to school, ironing button-ups.
Oh no,
ironing button-ups going to school, bro.
Jay-Z had you on that next level. So like, I'll ask you this because I asked Daniel Green, I believe. If it was Daniel, don't get mad at me if it is Daniel Green. But would you take $50,000 or $50,000 to go out there? God dang, I didn't even say it right. Would you take $50,000 or would you go out to eat with Jay-Z? Did I say that right? I think I did.
Yeah, I think it was like what, like 500 grand.
Yeah, it was like 500. But I changed it up because being realistic, I know that would never happen. But even $50,000.
I mean, 50,000 ain't that bad. Like if it's 50,000 up front, I'm gonna take the 50,000.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm gonna take the 50,000 and invest in everything that.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it right, which I think that's what we said on the last one. You do it right, then it's like you can eventually have dinner with Jay-Z. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That right there is the easy come around. Like you give me 50,000, forget the dinner. I'm gonna get 50,000 invested. Before you know it, I'm gonna be having dinner anyway.
My dog gonna have 30 cameras.
You know, he gonna want to have dinner with me. You know, what's up? I mean, I never. Some people be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and have dinner for what?"
Right.
Let that man enjoy his meal. Right. You know, I don't.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Heck yeah.
I wouldn't want to even eat. Like, I think there's only like probably like Wiz Khalifa and stuff like that. Those are the only people I would kind of eat with. But I was gonna ask, what was after high school? Did you graduate and stuff like that?
Yeah, heck yeah.
So congratulations on that.
Yeah, heck yeah.
What'd you do after high school?
Right after high school, went to boot camp, man.
Boot camp.
Yeah.
Was it by like choice or?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you were doing music and.
Like my whole goal was like I was doing music and me and my dad real close. So he was in the military, you know. Shout out to the Navy and everything.
So it was like you not saying like I don't mean to cut you off, but did you kind of like feel peer pressure to go in the military?
No. Heck no. I honestly was using it as like a ploy to if I'm doing my music, you got motherfuckers trying to go on tour and do all this. No, I might as well go and get a free taxi, travel the world. Yeah. But as I'm traveling the world, I can pass
up your music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Did that work the way you wanted it to?
It worked, but it didn't. It worked as far as I was able to accomplish some of the things I wanted to, but it didn't work as far as how I seen it in my head at first. Because I was first picturing in my head, I'm about to go to, you know, this show, that show, make this, make that, and it was like, nah, you might link up with this guy at this studio. But the experiences, you know, can't take that from nobody, you know, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
And everything happens for a reason. Yeah, you know, like sometimes, and this sounds harsh, but like I feel like we are not supposed to get everything we want. No. You know what I'm saying? Like there's going to be things where like we really can't get, you know, and we have to be okay with that. And I mean, eventually you may get it in the future, you know, but it's like certain things, especially like with me, like as much as I want to go do all this stuff, like my deadline with meeting Wiz again is about to be up, and it's like I'm honestly don't even care because it's like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Yeah. You can't get mad at that because it's like I don't know. I guess it's like a different mindset, especially when you start to achieve a lot of things. You start looking at things a little different because it's like, what do you really want to be known for when you're sending? You know, when you're gone. What do you want to be known for?
I feel like you can't. Like I feel like you know. Just to piggyback what you were saying, I feel like you can't condition yourself for success if you can't condition yourself for failure, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, how you gonna know how to succeed if you don't know how to fail?
Yeah, right.
Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
so I definitely get what you're saying, but like, in the end, I really see myself as like just an overall like writer, if that makes sense. Cause like everything started from writing.
Were you writing in like while you're in the boot camp and stuff like that?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
you can't have your phone in all the time, right?
I mean, boot camp, we couldn't have phones, but like the second we got to like our actual like ships and all that, like that's when it was free game, you know, like life became life. So after that, I mean, because boot camp didn't last too long. Like,
no, right.
That
Were
was
you
like
writing though?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was
I mean,
constantly writing. Like I already like released books and everything. It's just I never really been the promoting type. You know, it was more of a here's one of my jewels. If you happen to find it, I hope you like it. You know. But
you gotta do it though, man.
Now I'm trying to change that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully I can learn from you. You know?
No, you have.
Yeah, heck yeah. You know?
You being here in front of the camera is already the first step, you know.
What?
I tell everybody, like, this is probably the hardest thing about doing anything you want to do in your life. Like, the camera part is so hard. So whenever you perfect the camera part, it's like everything else is like. That's why people see me jumping off, like, I'm just doing crazy stuff now.
Bro,
you know, I'm really looking.
Your content is like something that's like honestly, like. You're like the Steph Curry of content in Charleston right now.
No, I appreciate it. Hey, you're in the same boat too.
Like seriously, because I mean, think about it, like, because even people that don't follow you, they're still somebody's gonna see something on that wall.
Yeah,
it's like,
I know,
yo,
man.
This dude's downtown, or this dude's laying in the grass about to get ran over, and it's like, but once you hear what he's saying in the message, it's like, bruh, you can't be mad at that. I don't care. Man. I don't care how much of a hater you are.
Especially
you can't
like,
be mad at that.
I feel like who's doing anything like in the realm of like spreading positivity.
Exactly.
Like that's how I feel.
Exactly.
You know, I get it. Like I'm not the best. I'm not there yet. I want to be the best, but I want to get to the point where it's like you're just learning a message every time. It's not just, you know what I mean? Oh my God, he's wearing the best outfit. Oh my God, he's with Kanye West, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I don't want that. I want you to just learn, see a nice video, like a story, or you know what I'm saying, and then boom, get a message.
Yep.
You know, learn something from this, spread positivity, and I'm trying to do some David Goggins stuff. I'm pivoting, but no, let's pivot to your content though. Like, how'd you start making TonyShotMe? Like, when was that brought about and everything? Like, was that after the military?
Yeah, heck yeah. Like believe it or not, like. My actual name then changed so much. Cause like I said earlier, like at one point in time I went through like a depression for like 3.5 years. Like I've been a straight up hermit for like 3.5 years. So a lot of like the things I've been through and the pain I dealt with, that actually helped some of the art I create.
Of course.
So it was like when I finally got to the point where it was like, okay, hey world, I'm back again. I didn't want to necessarily seem like here I'm the camera convenience store. No, like I want you to get to know what I really, really do. So everything I would create, it wouldn't be from a basic standard subline. It's like, hey, this dude's doing some other stuff. He's doing different kind of colors, different kind of.
You've been dropping like a lot of music videos too lately.
Oh yeah, man.
You dropped like 3, and I think I know of in the past couple. Like, am I right? You dropped 3, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
I saw the art. My favorite one's that Shakina. Did I say it right?
Oh man, that was a journey, bro. Like,
I love that song. That was one of my favorite. When I heard it, you sent it to me, and I think I told her about it. Well, I told her about it. I don't know if I talked about it in an interview, but you sent me that. I didn't see it because like I have people message me all day on Instagram, like bots and stuff like that. So like everything, you know. And I saw your thing after a week, and I was like, let me see what this is about. And I played it, and I was like, ooh. And then like I liked how it slowed. Like there's moments where it slowed. Like it was just a good vibe. So like, what was your first camera when you got brought into like doing anything? I would say technically videography. I
would say my first camera videography. Well, I would honestly, I mean, I ran through a bunch of like disposable BS cameras, you know what I'm saying, like before film school.
Is that your preference?
No, like once I got to film school, my first camera was the Canon T6i. But then once I got introduced to like the mirrorless world and the micro four thirds, like.
Can you like explain what mirrorless stuff is for some people that may not know? Because not everybody got that camera talk, you know?
I mean, like basically what it is you have a micro four thirds camera, and then you have a full frame camera, and what it is it's like the crop factor inside, you know, the camera.
Yeah.
And you have a full frame crop, which happens to take different kinds of lenses, different kinds of, you know, different kind of everything. So say you would have like a 50 millimeter lens, right? If you would take a 50 millimeter lens and put it on a micro four thirds camera, that 50 millimeter lens is actually 100 millimeter full frame. But see, a lot of people just look at the brand or whatever, and it's like, oh, I don't have that lens. No, just do the math.
Yeah.
And that's why they got numbers on it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, pardon me, I'm like real big on all.
You think that's something that's slept on and like doing camera work?
Crazy slept on, bro. Crazy slept on because like people look at a camera because of the name or because of certain things, and they're like, oh, I'm limited to do this. And I'm like, I just seen somebody just drop something dope on a cell phone. Like,
yeah, right.
You're not limited. Like nobody.
I think people just like they see this like their favorite rapper, or they see their favorite or actor. I don't know, whatever it is, and they just think that they should have the best of the best of the best of the best.
No.
In order for you to start off, you gotta have honestly some of the worst equipment or whatever it is, and then you just like slowly micro up. I don't know.
Like you gotta have something you gotta have something you're gonna learn like literally through the mud with, like you know, and then you're gonna have something you're gonna make mistakes with, basically.
Right. And especially like, how do you feel about traveling, like doing work? Have you traveled in your?
Heck yeah. I've been to all kind of places, man. Like mostly like up and down like East Coast as of right now. But traveling is cool. It's just more of traveling is cool, but it's not cool when you traveling to somebody that can't communicate well.
Yeah,
like
facts.
Once I know I'm traveling, I need an itinerary. Once I know I'm traveling,
hey, I ain't even gonna say anything. I hope they're not watching this.
Word, like that's because if I get somewhere and I'm like in Oklahoma or something, it's like, bro, you're not answering your phone.
Word, we ain't got the hotel book. We ain't got a rental.
I ain't got time to play. I'm ready to go back home after that.
Word, dog. And it's nothing against anybody. Like I get some people just aren't like, you know. I get, especially if you have kids. You know, I know sometimes it's hard to like, you know what I mean, book everything. But if you. I'm trying to say the right word because I just can't do it, bro. I'll never put myself in a position of going out of town and there's no like itinerary for real, because it's like, bro,
I need all of
it's
that.
all
like,
over the place.
It's too crazy out there. Like, nah.
But who do you want to like do work with? My knee keeps cracking, bro. You heard that thing? My knee's like clack.
I thought that was me earlier, honestly.
But who do you want to do like work with in the future? Like it could be anybody, like mainstream or even just someone local.
Believe it or not, man, like, remember when growing up, everybody had, like, their sports, you know, idols or their wrestling idols or whatever. Yeah. I was that kid that my idol was Spike Lee.
Okay.
So, that's my...
Was that just from movies or from him being the Knicks ambassador?
Like,
or like what was it?
Just his influence on the culture in general, you feel what I'm saying? And then, of course, his movies as well.
Yeah,
but, like,
his some fire stuff.
It was like, you know, you would see Jordan doing whatever, and crowd going around, and it's like, yo, he's the little guy with the dope shoes on. Yeah. You know, and then that's who I always been. So
would you, like, what type of work would you want to do with them? Would you want to make a movie with them, or is it something like, not like that, but you know, that's not something I just thought about that. But like, or just co-produce a movie and stuff like that.
I mean, like,
what's your dream?
I would want to co-produce and co-write a movie, because his writing style and his like directing style is like that stemmed a lot of the stuff that even some of my music videos, the way I shoot, the certain angles, certain color types and everything is like color grading and everything. It's like I actually get that from him. Yeah. Like a lot of like I wouldn't say a lot of them, but some of his dopest movies, in my opinion, some of his intros to his movies. Yeah. Half of the intros have like the same exact formula on my music video.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie by Spike Lee, believe it or not, is this movie called The Sweet Blood of Jesus.
I think I've seen that. That sounds familiar. That's old though, right?
Yeah.
That's like old.
It's not old. It's not
like
old.
1990s, right?
Nah. It's 2000 and. Ooh. I can't remember. It's not crazy. It was in Sundance.
So
it was in Sundance, like, cause Sundance is like the big film festival.
Yeah. No, I'm a movie person, man. Like I'm not like off rip name, you know what I mean. But if I watch it and I see the beginning part, I'm be like, yep, I've seen it. Cause I was growing up watching like HBO, you know, all the channels they had. I would stay up all night and just pick through all those and watch movies. But what's your like something you picture yourself doing in a couple of years, like in your field of work? Like, do you have anything in mind? Like, do you want to?
Honestly, I see myself competing like heavily in like film festivals and getting scripts sold, and and continue writing scripts. Cause like whenever I'm not shooting, whenever I'm not making beats, whenever I'm not writing rhymes or whatever, it's like I'm writing screenplays and movies. And if I can't get them produced, I'm that stubborn guy. So it's like if I can't get it produced, I'm either gonna try to make it myself or I'm gonna try to sell it. So I do see myself in a couple of years like in those film festivals and like my name is brought up.
No, definitely.
Like I'm not trying to.
Your name's already being brought up though around here. I like to hear it. That's like honestly, cause I've heard your name a lot around going out in public and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
That's good to hear, man. Yeah. Like, cause even earlier, like we're all our biggest critic, and it's like we all feel like we got so much more to do, and.
There's not even more to do. It even looks, man. You just can't care. Like, bro, we're all like. I consider myself as aliens. Like I look at. I used to get really like about my teeth and everything, and then it's like
me too.
You just can't care, man. Like you can't change it.
Yeah.
So what's the point of crying about it? And you know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you're battling any type of like insecurity problems, please don't be afraid to reach out to 𝙄𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙬, and I can help you. And that sounds weird, but it's like I can just talk to you and show you the ways of being able to be yourself. It's not that hard, It is hard, especially I would say actually it is hard. But it's still like, what's something that you not even just camera people, but give anybody advice for like trying to start becoming a cinematographer or a videographer?
Okay, well,
how would you tell them to kind of like give them the fundamental stopping grounds to start?
Okay, well, this is pretty easy. I would say, if you want to be, a cinematographer and videographer, and you want to get into like the filmmaking and everything, I would always say know what you want to shoot first. Yeah. So that way you're not bogging your mind down with, I need this kind of equipment. I got to be this kind of person on social media or whatever. Just know what you want to shoot first. You see what I'm saying? And then that's going to spark that imagination that's going to start growing. Mm-hmm. And now you can start trying to complete the resources into what you want to shoot. You see what I'm saying? And if you want to go the route of being a service, that's one thing. If you want to go the route of creating your own portfolio, that's another thing. But it's still basically the same thing. Just like I always tell people, my biggest quote, I always tell people, if you don't take anything from this, I always tell people, if you're not aiming at the moon, you're wasting ammo. Right. You take that how you want to. So it's like, always know what you want to shoot first, basically, and then after that, man, anything that can shoot it, you can get a shot right. It really, it's up to you, you know? It's completely up to you.
I've seen some of, not trying to sound like I'm the best at what I do or anything, but I've seen some of the worst videos that turned out really good.
Yeah.
Or even some of the videos I've done were like some of the ones I'm like, I'm about to scrap this, and then I show my partners and them, and they're like, no, bro, what the heck, that's fire. Right. So like, you're your worst critic for real, man. Like seriously. I was gonna say like, what do you label yourself as? Because you do a lot of different things.
Honestly, man, like, shit, be real with you, media expert, man. Like, there's like, there's no like, you won't see on my social media me having a market for this or me having a sale for this or whatever, because I just love the art that much. So it's like everything that I couldn't have as a pup, I figured out how to do it myself, and then a decade went past, 15 years went past, and it's like, I know how to do it. So it's anything in the media realm as far as the graphic design, web design, logos, making beats, music production, videos, camera work is like...
He's him.
Yeah, like, I'm really him, but I'm not one of those... I'm still a recluse at the same time. I love my people. I love creating with people. I love leaving an impact on people. Yeah. But it's like, you're not going to find a crazy flash sale somewhere. I don't,
Some people, I don't know how, but they just chase that money sign, Cause I know for me, I promote my stuff and I do booking and stuff like that, but that's just cause it's time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
time what you paying for.
Yeah, like and it's nothing personal. You go to your barber, you gotta pay time. Like he's not gonna just wait for you to come back and pay it back. Like no. But I was gonna ask, you do music too? Let's talk about what you have coming up in April.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, man.
Because that's about like the That's actually pretty cool. That's near my birthday. Like
it's gonna be April is gonna be interesting.
Can you explain to some people kind of like what you have in mind with what you have going on, just
like,
so we can get a gist?
Like, well, for people that doesn't know, even with the umbrella of the media expert, like that involves music as well. Yeah. And I am my first love is beat making. Like I love making beats, love drumming on stuff. And this April, I want to say April 2nd or April 3rd, I'll be releasing a project called the Blue Tape. Okay. And the Blue Tape, B for blue and B for beats. Blue Tape is going to be, I say, few tracks, just my favorite beats that I made myself. And a lot of these beats just came from actual, like, emotions I'm feeling, and you just, get a chance to know me on that level of things. And then a couple of weeks later, there's going to be the White Tape. And I'm real big on spoken word, so the White Tape is going to have a couple tracks me doing spoken word. Right. And then, like, the big surprise, if we had confetti, throw it around, weeks later after that, there's going to be a Red Tape that comes out. And then the people that was there with me when I was a pup, they remember when I was that hungry wanting to rap. Yeah. I might do like a little mixtape with like 5 or 6 tracks, and I'm gonna like really spit some bars, and they're gonna be like, "Whoa, I thought you were the cameraman." It's
so is it like at the end of the result, are you gonna make it like a whole like album thing, or is it gonna all be individual stuff?
It's just gonna be individual.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be individual. Like I don't really want to
music videos or anything. Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a short like my plan is and my goal is I'm gonna have a short visual for each project. Mm-hmm. So that way, like the Blue Tape is gonna have like a little 5-minute short film. Mm-hmm. And each tape will have like a 4 to 5 minute short film to it.
How was this like brought up? Like did it kind of like you were just at work or something, or were you?
I mean, if we're being honest, I was just in that zone, in my lab, and just had the headphones on and I was just like, I need to do this.
Man on the moon.
Yeah, basically. Like, I was on my Kid Cudi vibe, and I was like, I don't want to be that guy that's like almost 40 with regrets, or that guy that's almost 40 with ideas. I'd rather be that guy that's almost 40 with memories,
Right, you have to. That's why I tell everybody, man, I think, and this sounds really rude, but I think the world's very delusional. I think a lot of people really don't think they can do certain things that they can do, but we're in 2024. You can literally go on an app and just click stuff and get money now. Compared to back then, you had to actually go work.
You can do
so it's a lot different. It's a different ball game. Stop sleeping on your potential. Yeah, so I mean, where can we find you on social media? Like, where's all your social media?
Well, I'm real nitpicky, so everything on social media is TonyShotMe. Like, you can go to Google, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, what's that? Snapchat, TikTok.
You got Threads?
I got Threads too. Everything TonyShotMe.
I like
everything.
That. Good stuff.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Some people I feel like they struggle. Even if you don't post a lot, you still gotta have it.
Yeah,
You'd be really surprised. It'll just pop up suggested, and your homie be like, "Yo, that's my dog. I gotta support the page." So,
and like the most of my work, you can always find at like my YouTube channel, TonyShotMe, or Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram, talking my trash and seeing my rest of my people as my bros, making enjoying life. That's all. But yeah, heck yeah, like
it's life, man. Where do you how do you wake up and be yourself every day? Like, where do you get your ego, your drive? Is it making content, or is it just being with your family, or?
It's more of a therapeutic thing for me. If that makes sense. Like, it's more of a, because I tell people, like, I create my art through the pain I've been through, but not using the pain I've been through as a crutch. It's more of an inspiration when I was young and dumb, and now it's complex and disciplined. And
where do you find it though? Like, how do you wake up and get your drive though? Every day when you wake up.
Oh, I always wake up and tell myself, man, if I can't be better than yesterday, today is a failure. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever I did yesterday, if I got to be, something better has to happen, So it's like, if I shot this scene to this or this video to that, the very next day I'm looking to edit it. You see what I'm saying? So that way something's getting completed. Right. Like, that's like the easiest way to break it down. And before you know it, it's like the day before I go to sleep, I'm thinking about that next day. And next thing you know, I'm just looking forward to that next day, and it keeps that motor going as far as, positivity and happiness, and it's like you got something to look forward to,
right.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Do you have any like future collaborations coming up that we can talk about real quick?
Let's see.
What do you have coming up?
There's a lot, man. Cause like people that know me know I love my my underground community. A lot of projects with of course Unheard Entertainment. There's a lot of projects coming out with them. Those my bros right there. Believe it or not, me and Arlen has another project coming out.
Okay.
But we're in talks right now. Can't say nothing. She's like my sis, so I'm not gonna spoil anything. But
I need to go to one of her sound bathing classes.
Yo,
I went to one in Colorado, and I had like
me and her first met, bro. Like, and it was weird. It was like we connected, and next thing you know, it was like we were like family. I was like, bro.
It happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and frequency is very real. If it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. And love is powerful. I think love is the strongest thing. Love is going to make the world a better place, and it'll always make it a better place. But that's the only way to make this world safe.
Yeah.
If you're not showing love to each other, then it's like, I don't know.
And I always tell people, it's always free to show love.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Don't put a price on love. It's always free to show love. Like
it doesn't.
You don't owe me nothing because I showed you love. I don't. People get weird like that, and it's like,
well, people are just. I feel like they're entitled to. They think they should get everything, you know. Even with me, like I grew up like that in a way, but then I started learning like you gotta grind for what you want. You know what I mean? Nothing's gonna just get handed to you. Now, when you do need help, don't be afraid to ask for help, though. You know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you ask for help?
You know, I mean, every once in a while, but there's like only a few people that I will go to for help. If I can't go to those people, I'm not even going to think about asking for the help, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know, because there's like, of course, mom and dad, but other than that, it's like, I try to go off the way I was raised, and it's like, if I can't get it myself, I'm not about to sit up here but I mean, if I really, really need it, and it's like, okay, there is no other way, okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. Right. But that's normally like the last option, like now, because my thing is, I never try to take anything from nobody, because everything I give to somebody, it's like, you don't owe me anything. Like I always had that mantra and that mentality, like, no, you don't owe me anything, but I'm just gonna show the free love, and if you happen to show it back, show it back. If not, I still did my part. So
and it's gonna come back.
I still won. You see what I'm saying? Like this.
And it's gonna come back. It's not just like it just goes on, like, you know what I mean? It collects. Yeah. It collects. It piles up. It'll pile up for 2 years, and then that one blessing gonna come. It changed your whole flipping life.
Like what they say on social media a while back, you can have a billion no's. It can take one yes to change your life.
The entire thing.
You never know. You know.
That's why it's always good to stay focused. And, But I was gonna ask before we end off, because I'm doing thing. What you said, you went to college earlier?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to college at?
The Art Institute of Charleston.
Okay.
Like I was in their last graduating class of 2017.
What'd you major in?
Digital film and video production.
Was it worth it, or was it?
Oh man, I actually loved it, bro.
Yeah.
Like I met some of the most interesting people. Like some people like some people I'm actually still close to this day, but like it actually broke down everything that I sort of already knew. But it was more of a, oh man, now I know what this does, and now I can really explain it to people, or now I can really break it down. So when I need to get to it during the shoot, they're like, yo, how are you doing this? How are you knowing this? And it's like, that school really helped out a lot.
Would you suggest it for anybody who's doing any type of filming?
Honestly, I mean, when it comes to...
There's YouTube University, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really need to go to school, but...
Heck nah. I mean, I would tell anybody, honestly, like, because, I mean, that school got sued a while back or something weird like that, but I would tell anybody, when it comes to investing in knowledge for your passion, like, I can't say this school is better than that school, or because you can learn something from either one of them. And it even
depends on
YouTube,
who the teacher is. That's really it.
Yeah,
I mean,
heck yeah, like,
not even just the school, because if the teachers,
like, they got places, you got people that's teaching themselves how to do stuff. Exactly. And it's like, hey, if you want it that bad, hey, you
gotta learn.
You never know. Like,
where do you go if you need help, like with camera and stuff like that? Do you just go on the internet, or you just?
I reach out to like other people I went to school with, way back, or either the internet.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Like,
I think everybody goes to the internet now.
Like the first couple of years I got out, some of my teachers were keeping in contact with. Now they're hard to get in contact with, but I guess that's life, and they were all old anyway.
Yeah, right.
I love them to death, of course.
Them old people don't know how to use them phones, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I love them to death, of course, but it's like...
I'd be like, here, take my number down. They go like, all right, hold on, let me get my glasses.
Yeah, and by that time, I'm late for the next class already.
Right.
But I mean... But I mean, I just that inspiration. I always try to find it from somewhere. But if all else fails, of course, I just find it from like meditation or from behind my camera. I'll mess around and shoot a corner of a wall, but I'll be in my zone. Like yo, everything gets canceled out when I shoot. So it's like, what was that movie, like Torque or something like that, or remember the motorcycle movie? When they were like driving on the motorcycle and everything around them was like tunnel vision and it just blanks out.
Oh, you're talking about...
It was like Fast and Furious, but it was like for motorcycles or something like that.
Yeah, it starts with a T. I know you're talking
It's like
about.
Torque or... Yeah, no, Torque or Tick or...
I know you're talking
something
about.
Weird, but like, that's how I am when I'm behind the camera, you feel me?
Man, you about me.
My bad. But yeah, like, whenever I'm behind the camera, I lose track of everything around me, bro.
Right.
Like... And don't have me like on my gimbal or my rig or something.
Tron.
Tron.
Sorry,
yeah.
I had to like you got me really
yeah.
thinking, but yeah, Tron. It was
like,
the guy on the thing.
It's like you
went
just,
into the game.
Like I love shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that right there is like my zen zone right there. So like even once I seen the camera here, I was like, bro, I love that camera. Like I love it.
Shout
like,
out to Anthony.
The setup, like
if you're watching this, I love you. I wouldn't even be able to do any of this
like,
without him, man. He's told me about some camera stuff, but. You know, it's just how it is, man. I think a lot of times when it comes to camera, people just need to just do it, not care about the camera aspect. Because if, like I said, if this camera were to break or anything, it's like I'm not gonna sit here and cry, and I'll go obviously go buy another camera or whatever I have to do, you know. But it's like I'm gonna use my phone. I'm gonna do something to improvise. Like I'm not gonna just sit there and be like, well, don't got a camera.
You got some of the biggest influencers right now. All their work is from their phone. No,
all of them. A lot. 90% of them are from them. But a lot of them just, I don't know. It's just about who you know. It's about who you know and how to do it. But is there anything else you want to kind of talk about? I feel like we grasped about a bit of stuff.
Yeah, we grasped.
Introduction.
Actually, there's one more thing.
Go ahead.
End of the year, I'm actually trying to branch out. TonyShotMe is branching out into, instead of doing all music videos, which I'm still going to do, I'm gonna be releasing a documentary. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna release a documentary
on yourself or
no on the whole Charleston like underground scene. Then actually 2 documentaries. Pardon me. The first documentary is gonna be the whole Charleston underground scene, like selecting individual artists and people that actually had an effect on me.
That's a move, bro.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, man. And then like the second one is like my whole like unheard squad. Like as far as this documentary is gonna be like a full feature documentary, like make it like a movie. Right. So, hey,
that's dope.
I'm telling you, bro. No, like I'm excited. I tell people like I'm not.
How'd that get brought up? You just kind of was like, let me do something to kind of try something different, or
like I'm always one of those types, man. Like I'm a natural workhorse, so I'm always bringing like ideas to the table, and this was one of the ideas that people like more people were like, yo, let's make it happen, you know. And I was like, all right.
But it's gonna be like selective though, right? Like
heck yeah. That's good. Like we got a good list of people right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like a big shout out to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to throw too many shout outs, but Indie Gold, man. Indie Gold.
Yeah, he's a goat. He's go to Charleston.
Yeah, heck yeah. Like me and him go way back. Indie Gold and New from Unheard. Like me and him connected, man, and it's like, bro, like, do you know what I could do? Like, we've been the missing piece to each other's puzzle, if that makes sense. Like, nothing crazy, but as far as on the creative aspect,
you need a team, man. I'm telling you, especially videographers and stuff like that, you have to have a team.
But you know what's most important about, even more important than having a team, I try to tell people, you need to have a team that pushes you to still do your own thing. Yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah, right. Because if you get on a team and you're slaving for something that's not for you, then you feel like you're clocking in to work.
No, that's a fact.
So you find a team that actually pushes you to do your thing. Like, they were the first people that I actually met that actually made me want to be TonyShotMe even more, if that makes sense. And I was like, yo, y'all look at me more than just the cameraman, you know. Indy was one of the first ones. Like, I got footage of Indy way back before his dreads was up here, you know, like way back. Like, he's my bro though. Like, he's one of the. There's a small list of people that can come sleep on the couch. You know what I'm saying? He's probably top of that list. So, you know what I'm saying? So like, him, you know, and it's a lot of them, man. I'll probably tag them later and post and all that.
that's
But you know,
I agree though, because that's something
yeah,
even like my group. You know, you haven't met Frank yet, but that's all I do. That's why I kept the circle kind of the circle kind of small, because I don't want to have to look at everybody and make sure I'm checking them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, don't be sitting here trying to do just Rise to Elevate stuff. Do your stuff. Help
thing,
me,
like,
you know, please.
like,
you know, I want some better skits to have different faces, and you know. But it's just how it is. I think it takes a lot of trial and error. That's the only way to really learn. I could sit here and we could sit here and preach to anybody about it, and they will be like, "This not my circle ain't about that." Then they wake up the next day and bro's like, "Yo, I need you to go take me to the studio so I can go make my song." You know, I've already paid for my time. You can't rap during my studio session.
And we're gonna use your gas
and
money.
Your gas and your gas, like, other gas money.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, like,
you're screwed. But no, for real, man. But no, for real, bro. This has been beautiful.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, man.
Interview 110, definitely been long and intense, bro.
I'm telling you,
we're gonna have you come back very soon.
Oh yeah,
not even just on some video, on just everything, like working together.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
I'm all about working with people, man. If you guys know me, man, shout out to all the people that's hopped on Rise Over podcast. I wish more people would hit me up and talk to me, but I know we all live in life, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm on a roll right now, you know. Like content stuff. Like if you need advice or you trying to do something, hit me up. Like I was just telling him, like we're gonna talk after this podcast, and it's like, bro, I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, don't wait until I'm in Japan living there, and you're gonna be like, I can't make it out. I know you can't, because it took me almost 5 years to get out. You know, like I grind. I just
gotta dive in.
And I'm starting to learn how to talk my shit. Like, and I don't mean to say that, but it's like I'm doing so much more than I was doing just a year ago. I've only been doing this for a year, like a year and a half.
And see where you at now, and it's like, imagine 4 or 5 years
Take
later.
the jump, bro. You're gonna have to do something that you're not gonna want to do.
Yeah.
I'm doing something that nobody, like, not my content stuff. I'm talking about life-wise. I'm living a certain life that I've never thought I would do, especially money. Like, I've always had kind of money growing up, you know? Not like that, but just like I went homeless, and then it's like after that I was like, I'm never gonna not have money. And you know, so I don't know. I don't mean to rant. I need to get. We're gonna get the vlog dropping and everything. And is there anything else you want to say real quick?
Yo, just like I always tell people, love yourself, love the people that love you, and just grow. That's it. Or how you say, rise to elevate. Just
rise to elevate.
That's it. Like,
and stay true to yourself, and the only way to achieve your dreams is through you. No one else is going to do it. You got to get up every single day, and you got to grind harder than you got to do it, or grind harder than you did yesterday, and you got to do what you got to do. I love every single one of you guys. Peace.
Peace.